Tell a vision. Film.
I gotta wait cause I do not believe it all. I'm finna shut it down. Yeah, I am.
Ready for your close-up, Mr. Genius?
What up, motherfucker? It's me, Genius Picaso, aka Mr. Music Assassin. This is the origin behind the single, like a 9-to-5.
Oh my God, like it's a 9-to-5. So I'm feeling like I'm...
Okay, so a lot of people don't know that you're the producer behind like the 9-to-5.
Oh yeah, most def. I produced it and whatever, and like I did it in 30 minutes, by the way. I produced it for another guy, but he wasn't like playing. He was in his ass and whatever. So I kept it, and it was dope as hell. Like I said, I like the drums and shit, and that motherfucker hard as hell. And I was like, man, this is the song. This is, the one.
So, like, what inspired the song like a 9-to-5? We know that you produced it, but it was like, what inspired the song?
Well, for the most part, I actually had another song for my first official single, but this one just seemed more like, yo, I need a great introduction that's epic, that's who is Genius Picaso. Something that shows me singing on the hook, I made the beat, and me just rapping cold bars. I mean, straight up. That was pretty much it, just a great introduction of who I am.
So we pretty much got the grasp of who you was because you just went nuts on this song, like,
Banana nut bread.
Man, yeah, banana nut bread on this song. So like, man, was you going through something at that time? Like,
not really. I mean, for the most part, I was just really wrapping up the project, and the project is dope. I have all these other songs, but I feel like it was nothing of a good introduction to who I was. This bluntly was the one track that doesn't really compare to just what I'm going through in my life. This is more so like, yo, I need something that's gonna put a spark on y'all ass real fast, and I feel like that did it.
So, as we heard, you shouted out a lot of people in this song, touched a lot of personal bases. Briefly, what was that about?
Basically, a lot of people everybody that I work with, I shouted out basically. Whether the first person I shouted out was my man Sam, another story, but from him all the way until my 9-to-5 music to STI to Savo. These are the people I work with, been working with from the beginning, so I'm shouting them out. Let them know people who I am, who they is, and basically it's a movement coming.
Man, a good peek behind the song. Like, man, as me and a few other listeners was listening, like, we was trying to figure out what is this 9-to-5 music group thing you was yelling out.
Man, it's like a production team. It's like a revolution, motherfucker. Y'all don't even have a clue. I don't want to get too much into it, because if I start talking about 9-to-5, it's a whole nother set on it, but it's a revolution.
Okay, so was the song like a 9-to-5 dedicated towards 9-to-5 music group, or?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. It just shouted, like I said, I shouted out everybody that I really work with. So just let everybody know, yo, it's me spitting the bars, but I got a team. You know what I'm saying? So
with your next singles or anything, you drop in the future sound, anything like this one?
No, yeah, not at all. It's probably, like I said, this song is basically just an introduction to who I am. In the bars, that ability to show the ability that I can rap and I can sing, and of course I made the beat. But the rest of it is really gonna be about my life. So, it's gonna be more in detail about, doing this girl, fighting with my sister, whatever the case may be. It shows more in-depth style of what I'm going through.
So as we can see, like, there is no question to the fact that, you're a lot on a different level as far as singing, rapping, and producing. You don't sound like no one else. Who is some of your inspirations?
Kanye West, The Dream, Brian McKnight, Jay-Z. Anybody that I feel like is just glorious, not mediocre. I hate mediocre rappers, by the way. You ain't glorious, you ain't doing it big. And not necessarily the fact that you have a lot of money, more so how you control your money. I like the people who really smart about it. Like, yo, I'm gonna do this, but yo, I got this in the back hole to make sure that everything else is in play. And just make good music, not necessarily, I'm just going to the club. What your song about? It ain't about nothing. Y'all, man, I'm making songs about something, god dog it.
So my final wrap it up question would be, what is some advice you could give to people that are, working without a 9-to-5?
Well, for the most part, don't let the dream killers kill you. First off, life is hard, like a motherfucker. Like, you gonna have your family members, some gonna support you, some ain't. The people who don't support you, the people who do support you, and they ain't had it financially, don't bash them. Just understand that. People, like, get it. I'm a person who don't want a job. I hate a job. But I just want to go get me a job, because you gotta support your craft. Go get a job. I mean, like I said, I hate jobs, straight up. Like, I really hate 9 to 5 for real, but you gotta have money to support your craft. It's just, that's how it is. I would advise you go get a job. Don't beat yourself up when you ain't got it. Pray to God and just keep working. Don't never give up on nothing. And fuck those dream killers.
So, what's your single?
Like a 9 to 5. Copy it right now. Download it. I don't know which side. I'll discuss this earlier, but I don't just copy it.